From Julio Cruz and Gaylord Perry to Alvin Davis and Harold Reynolds to father and son back-to-back bombs. From Junior J, Joey, and Edgar with Randy, A-Rod, Dan, and the Sheriff to Ichiro Moyer and Mikey C to King Felix, Kyle Cruz, and Cano to the present with Julio, Gilbert, Kirby, and Cal. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. My, oh my, it is yet another sports podcast. We got our super producer, Andy, out there in Nashville, Tennessee. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services, bringing the show to life. Got to give a huge shout out to the homies in the live chat. Ginger Fit, we'll dive into your Broncos, but y'all know that this is a Seattle first podcast, baby.
Yes, sir.
My man Sam is colder than the other side of the pillow. How you doing, bro?
Fan-freaking-tastic, actually. Doing great. The Seahawks whooped ass just like we thought they would, and it's time to go do it again.
Let's do it, baby. Well, for starters, you know, I got to shout out our friends at Romantic About Baseball. They're a fantastic follow on Facebook. They're a great podcast to listen to. We're so proud to be part of Baseball Podcasters United. Across the country, man, New York, here in Seattle, they got the bases covered. But Sam, as much as I love the Diamond, we are going 10 toes in to the Seattle Seahawks, who are hosting an NFC Championship game. Talk to me, dog.
Hosting an NFC Championship game? Well, yeah, we're playing the Rams, again, for the third time. We're going to be the final deciding match between us. It's going to be a slugfest. I'm not as confident as I was against the Niners. I knew we were going to steamroll the Niners. I mean, that was real, no question. The Rams, though, they're going to be a tough matchup no matter what. They got Puka. I think it's going to be on Reek, really. They're going to be the matchup of the game to be able to shut him down. But they're going to move him all around the field. It's going to be a challenge, but I think we got it.
Okay, man. Let's rewind then. Let's rewind. It was an epic 5-touchdown beatdown in the divisional round for our Seahawks over the 49ers, Sam. There are so many positives to take away from that game. Give me your top few takeaways on the positive from this epic beatdown in the divisional round.
I don't think there are really any negatives except for the injury that came out from Charbonnet. That's the only real negative I see in that game at all. The defense just smothering, just absolutely gangbusters, man. It's so great to see them swarming around. They play with more energy than any other team. It seems like they're just playing that ant defense where one little crumb drops on the ground and they swarm on it. And they're just hitting and hitting. And it's great when we never have to get out of our base defense. They can do whatever they want on offense, and we'll stay in our base defense because we got two freaks with Witherspoon and with number 3, Nick Emanwari. And we don't have to make adjustments. We can just stay where we want to stay and play our game. They can adjust to us, and that's where you want to be.
Well, that means that Emanwari is the ultimate freak show on defense then, Sam, because everything that you watch on him when he's coming out of South Carolina, the guy's blowing up screens. He is a physical presence. But I never knew he would be such a fluid athlete, Sam. That guy just moves. He glides. He's so smooth and athletic. I freaking love it. Man, we're going to be getting into it. I want to talk about Brock Purdy actually quite a bit, Sam. And if y'all can't tell, I'm struggling to spit out some words right now because 2 days later, my voice is still hoarse as hell because your boy was at that game. I want to give a shout out to the 12s. It was absolutely electric. It's my 4th playoff game I've been to, 2 with your boy Sam sitting across the screen from me.
Yes,
and
sir.
It really might have been the most electric atmosphere I've ever been at. Freaking awesome. Tyson B, Monday midday stream. As you might know, my man Sammy Mack is a father, and he was having to run around with his two-year-old last night, so we had to postpone it. And also, happy Martin Luther King Day. Keep it between the lines, people. I love us talking shit about our sports, but we need to love our neighbors. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Sam, all this Emanwari, unbelievable. Let's rewind a little bit, though. Crowd, unbelievable. Rashid Shaheed. Do teams need to start kicking it straight through the end zone and giving us the 40? What's up with this dude, Shaheed?
Shaheed's won a great trade. But I mean, he has won us at least a couple games. He set the tone on Saturday. I mean, and you can tell that Harbaugh saw something with their special teams and took advantage, because that was set up. We left two guys on the left side completely not blocked, another guy on the right side, and we had opened up a hole in the middle, and then we had Jake Bobo circle back around and actually get one of the two guys we left wide open, and we just relied on Shaheed, his athleticism, to just break it wide open. And that tripping attempt by Pinheiro, or whatever his name is, man, that was some weak shit. But Shaheed's just a monster, man. He is a game changer, and we need to re-sign him.
Yeah. The lack of receptions is going to make fantasy football owners cringe. But when you see it play out on the field, man, when you see it come to life, dude, such a game changer. I'm glad you brought up Bobo, man. Bobo has 2 catches on the year, one actually on a critical play in the divisional round. But the blocking and the personnel usage has gotten so much better as the years evolve, Sam. In this game against San Francisco, we saw Ken Walker have maybe the defining game of his career, just exploding around the edge. Insane cuts, incredible vision, but we need to help our running back out. You do that by playing Saubert mad snaps. You do it by playing Bobo a ton. You do it by playing Oots a ton. We all love A.J. Barnes, Sam. I'm just thrilled to see where this run game has taken us, because if we can help Sam, if we can help Ken, if we can really do these things, man, it's a championship quality club, because this team was stacking wins early in the season with an inconsistent running game and way too many turnovers. We're starting to flip the script there. Now I'm feeling great.
Yeah, I think, wasn't Darnold one of the only quarterbacks, or was he the only quarterback that didn't have a turnover this week?
Yes.
Pretty sure that is the case. I know Bo Nix had one, at least one interception. So
Sam, every team that won the turnover battle in the divisional round. Every team that won the turnover battle is the one that advanced to championship weekend.
Yeah, no, 100. Dude, you got to win the turnover battle in the playoffs. You're putting yourself in a big hole if you didn't. And I'm really sad about the Bo Nix situation, because I really wanted the Broncos to be full strength and for us to play them again. But it'll be just as nice to exercise the demons if we make it against the Patriots, because it's the only way to be epic here. Because we got to beat the 49ers, then we got to beat the Rams, then we get to exercise some demons against the Patriots. Because I'm sorry, but Broncos, I don't think, are going to be able to beat the Patriots without their quarterback.
Yeah, no doubt. And this game against the 49ers, Sam, if you're box score scouting, you're going to miss the entire premise of the game. You would think it was a completely even fight, and this is why you got to look further than the stats, man, because I want to help my quarterback out. People out here, you might want to be talking that shit. Oh, Darnold threw for 124 yards. That's fine. He did exactly what we needed him to do in this game. I was there. I saw him turn down a couple of throws he could usually make down the field, and I could tell he was thinking, well, let's be a little cautious here, man. We're going to be able to kick their ass anyways. You know what I want, Sam? Risks. No, and he made a few big-time fucking throws. That 2nd and 20 corner route to Cooper Kupp, freaking big time. I mean, big time. There's a lot of guys that can throw lasers, but to layer that ball between the safety, the sideline, and the cornerback is freaking fantastic. Then that touchdown pass to Jackson Smith and Jigma
that
on the run,
corner
just
pocket.
Fires a laser corner pocket. Good call, bro.
Yes, sir.
I mean, yeah. You know, we're not asking him to do. I don't want my quarterback to have to carry the team, Sam. Teams that have their quarterback carry the team are out of the dance right now. It's about supporting your fucking guy.
He already proved he could carry the team at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
he was going crazy at the beginning of the year. One of the best downfield accuracies, like yards per pass attempt, everything like that. He was just killing it at the beginning of the year, and we really started to focus on the run game and wanted to make sure we had that in line, ready to go for the playoffs, which we do. So Now, if we're on our game, I don't think there's a team in the league that can beat us.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really, really crazy to say, Sam, but I'm looking roster to roster, top to bottom, every single positional group. I think this roster might be a better roster than that LOB team that won the Super Bowl. I'm not saying they're going to win it because, dude, the Seahawks are so top heavy at certain positions. You got Cam,
maybe. Yeah,
Earl,
roster.
Marshawn. They had some super elite heavy hitters. Speaking of running back, Sam, I did the math on this because I wanted to prove a point about the Seahawks run defense and their run offense. We know that Kyle Shanahan, Christian McCaffrey, and the crew get work done on everybody, Sam. And we've had 2 straight games versus San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey has 58 yards rushing in 2 games. C-Mac with 58 yards rushing in 2 games. Check this out, Sam. In these same 2 games, Ken Walker with 213 and Charbonnet with 94, and that's 94 including he blew out his knee in this most recent game, Sam. The run defense has been fantastic all year. We're going against a running back who's had an unreal season, against an unreal rushing attack, and we shut them the hell down, flip the script, and now we are one of the best rushing attacks in football. I freaking love it.
Yeah, no, you can't beat that. I mean, CMC has been going crazy on people all year, but when we have 2 freaks, like we were talking about earlier, Witherspoon and Imanwari, they can match up however you want to play him. Imanwari can go off the edge. You know, he can play like 7 positions. Safety, corner, you know, he can play wherever you want him to. And Witherspoon's flying around doing just the same thing. Tipping tight ends, man, they're throwing everyone off their game. And yeah, you can't beat it. When you don't have to adjust to the offense, you can just stay true to yourself. That's how you're going to win games.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Then we got Ernest Jones, man. All this dude does is get picks.
Yeah. Like I said, should have been first team All-Pro, Ernest Jones. Because, man, he is just a big playmaker. Out there making picks, causing fumbles all year, recovering fumbles. What trades that John's made the last 3 years in a row? Leonard Williams, Ernest Jones, and Rashid Shaheed. Woo! Man, like 3 money trades. And we had people complaining, oh, we gave up a second, for Big Cat. And no, we gave up too much for Ernest Jones. Man, I all day I'll give up those picks for this production. Like, because John's proven he knows what he's out looking for, and he has an eye for it. And it's up to Coach Mack to make him fit in the scheme, and he's doing a great job of it.
Can't say enough about Coach Mack, man. And Coach Mack talks about that he wants to see his players on film play with shocking effort. That's a direct Coach Mack quote. He wants that shocking effort, and I see it, Sam. You talk about guys flying to the ball, and it's not the first, it's not the second, it's not the third time I've seen it this year where a Seahawks defensive lineman is rushing the passer, retraces his steps to the ball carrier, and forces a fumble. We saw D-Law do it a couple times during the season. Big Cat Williams, dog, retracing his step, and the most violent, heavy-handed karate chop I've seen in my entire freaking life, knocks the ball loose. That's that shocking effort, and when you play with that sort of effort and you consider the physical talent level of most of these Seahawks defenders, it's just so goddamn fun to watch. It's so fun to cheer on, Sam. I mean, they gave up 6 points to a team that has basically been crushing everybody on offense the second half of the season. They haven't given up a touchdown in 2 straight games versus the Niners, and they have been putting everybody on blast in terms of embarrassing defensive coordinators this year. Congratulations. The job's not done by any stretch, but if I don't emphasize how impressive of a performance that they put on against the Niners, then I'm doing this team an injustice.
Yeah, I mean, I think over the last 6-8 games, for a point per game stat, I think it's like 12 or 14, somewhere around there. If you take out the Rams game, then we're at like 6.5 points per game that we're letting up. That's dominant. Absolutely dominant. And so, I wanted to touch on your LOB year, how they kind of stack up against that team. I would have to say total roster, yes. Defensive roster, I will take the LOB. Because
that's very fair.
They had so many Hall of Famers, man, on that team. It's just hard. we'll see what happens. If this team can finish the job, we'll have that conversation. But until that happens, it's hard to put them up with the LOB.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, they embarrassed the Golden Boy, Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
They embarrassed the Golden Boy. So that kind of stands on its own in terms of impressive defensive performances. Sam, we were talking about earlier in the year, Sam Darnold had to carry a lot of the water for this team because of the inconsistent running game. If you told me early in the season that the Seahawks would score 41 points and Smith and Jigba would have 3 catches for 19 yards, I would have told you you're outside your mind. That's exactly what happened. This team is evolving, and now I'm becoming much more of a believer.
Yeah, I mean, we scored on offense, 34 points and 50, we ran 50 plays. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. I mean, we had short fields all day, which helps with that stat. But yes, I mean, we were just all over the place all game long. It was an awesome game to watch. I couldn't be happier, and I am just freaking pumped to take on the Rams because I think we got it. I think we got them. It's going to be a tough game. As long as Stafford and Puka don't just go off on us. And that's the thing. They put up how many points last game, Ty, against us? Because I don't think they're putting
37?
Yeah, they're not putting up that again. They're not putting up 500 plus yards, 37 points on this defense a second time, and they didn't beat us that game. And so I think if we play our game, don't turn the ball over, I think we got it in the bag.
I'm feeling pretty good too, man. And I can't emphasize this rushing turnaround, Sam. So, of course, you know I'm going to take a deep dive into this. Check this out. The rushing attack has been a giant difference maker. Anybody listening to us, I don't need to explain what a rushing attack does for your football team, so I'm not going to even bother there. We're just going to look at the numbers here. Sam, 2 out of the first 3 games, the Seahawks were under 90 yards rushing. 4 out of the first 8 games, our Seahawks were under 90 yards rushing. 9 of the last 10 games, our Seahawks have been over 110. We have 144 rushing yards per game in the last 10 games. Over the last 13, we're 12-1. I'm seeing an absolute direct correlation for this team completely taking off and the resurgence of the rushing attack in Seattle. It goes to the offensive line coach. It goes to the offensive lineman. It goes to the running backs and the defense, just everybody coming together. And you don't always see these sort of great improvements throughout a season, Sam, but I thoroughly believe that this can be the difference maker because you see it, the way our defense can totally pin their ears back with energy galore. Man, we're pounding that ass, dude, and it's making a difference.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think you were there when we were talking about it on our text thread, but I don't think it's a coincidence that when we got rid of our run game coordinator, the running game coach, that all of a sudden we've had a huge turnaround. Because since then, we have been averaging 100-plus yards a game and just going wild on people. So I don't think that's a coincidence. Heard rumors, I think it's from the Hawk blogger guy, that he's not reporting it, but saying that he feels that they made a change there. It wasn't him stepping down for personal reasons. And I could see that because I wouldn't be happy if my 2 running backs, K9 and Charbonnet, who are very good running backs with a good offensive line, were putting up the production they were putting up all year. It just felt like it needed to bust through. Something needed to change, and they made that change, and it's been going great.
It appears that K9's attacking the hole better. And there's 2 things part of it his fault, but if we look at it play by play, formation by formation, it feels that K9 is much better coming downhill under center rather than in those shotgun horizontal type of run plays. And then you also add in when they're coming under center downhill, you probably have Sauber out there. You probably have Oos out there. The Oos and K9 combo is so funny to watch, and it's so goddamn effective because you have this little fucking bowling ball coming full speed. You got a cement truck rolling downhill right in front of them. So there's a ton of reasons, and I think that you pointed out running back coach thing has got to be something, man. It's got to be something.
Yeah, and Tyson on chat, man, I hope you're wrong. I don't want the Ravens to get Kubiak. I want Kubiak to stick around for one more year. man, that would with all these vacancies coming up, I'm starting to really resign myself to the fact that he's probably gone because he is too good of a coordinator. I mean, maybe if we make the Super Bowl, that he doesn't go because people don't want to wait that long. But I think that's the only way. And even then, there's too many vacancies. I think if anyone's going to get him, let the Ravens get him because I like the Ravens. The Ravens are a good team. Good organization.
I think Lamar Jackson would benefit from being under center more. I truly do. I think they run way too much of their offense out of shotgun. It makes them way too predictable. Plus, we know what Derrick Henry can offer the offense if you're under center. I mean, they're missing so much. I mean, okay, Sam, I want to think about this. Think about how effective a guy like Sam Darnold is when we get him on the play action perimeter, what the damage he can do. He is 1% of the athlete that a Lamar Jackson is. If I can get Lamar Jackson on the perimeter and you got one linebacker trying to guard the quarterback and the guy running in the flat at receiver, I mean, come on now. Yeah. And so maybe it's going to be a good thing for his Ravens. We'll see long term. Coaching matters, though. Coaching matters. I mean, Ginger Fitz out here pounding the table for his homie Bo Nix. And I like Bo Nix, I think, more than you do, but less than Ginger Fit. The bottom line to me is Sean Payton gets any quarterback with any sort of competency, he's going to get the absolute most out of said player. I think Bo is more than a competent player, but Sam, I still think there's a ceiling. I have the stats to back that up here, but Bo Nix coming out of Oregon, I called him a shorter buffer Alex Smith because I think he can be good, but I don't know if great's ever going to be there.
Yeah, but I mean, you can win with him.
Yes, absolutely.
I just don't know if you can win because of him. He had some great plays over the weekend, but I didn't walk away from that game saying, oh my God, he's a world beater. I would be scared to be playing him. Like, he's a perfectly adequate quarterback in a well-run system by a good coach, by a great coach. But okay. I'm not scared. Like, their defense is what would be worrying me. They have a great defense, but and they have some good weapons on offense too. I mean, Cortland Sutton, good. Harvey, good. I think they're missing something now that they don't have. God, I'm spacing on his name right now. He's on my fantasy team all year. They're starting running back.
Oh, J.K.
Yeah, J.K. Dobbins. And so,
Ginger's thinking J.K. might come back. That would be a huge boost. I want to give a shout to the Denver Broncos in this really quick. Zach Allen and John Franklin Myers, the interior of their defensive line. These guys can win one-on-ones. These guys can pressure the quarterback, and it's literally not a sexy position. But once again, crucial players, there's so many Seahawks that get so much love. And Sam, we both know Big Cat and Byron Murphy and Jaron Reed are some of the very, very highest level MVPs of the team. I know for a fact that Franklin Myers and Zach Allen have that sort of meaning to their ball club. PFF, grain of salt, Sam, grain of salt here. They got Bo Nix as their 17th QB here in 2025. Nix is 15th in QBR. He's down to 26th in QB rating. Pro Football Reference has Bo Nix as 35th in air yards per completion. I don't give a shit about that. Execute your offense, Sam. Josh Allen's 27th for what it's worth. So It's not exactly a barometer of how good you are. What I do care about, though, is Bo Nix has the 19th on bad throw percentage. I wish that was better. 19th on bad throw percentage, but he is 9th in on target. So he can definitely miss, but he is in the top 10 for on target percentage. Fucking love that. Here's where Bo Nix excels, though, man. Bo Nix is tied for second in yards per scramble, and he has tied for the most fourth quarter comebacks. The guy's a gamer. A gamer. I'm still going to stand on it that I think he's a shorter buffer Alex Smith. Ginger Fit, love him as much as you want, but PFF can say what they want. The stats that I'm looking at that I think are important, he's medium to poor in some really important ones. He's also elite in a couple of other important ones, so that's how I say he's right where I think he is.
The stat test and combine it with the eye test, you know what I mean? Because he is who you see on the field a lot of the times, and you have the stats kind of back up what you're seeing. And so, like I said, he is a good, adequate quarterback. I'm not giving him anything more than that. He can make good throws. He can make great throws in clutch times. Like, he's an NFL quarterback. He's a professional. That's what he gets paid for. But he's, nothing to, I don't know, right home about celebrate. Like if we got Bo Nix, I wouldn't be sad, but I wouldn't be jumping over the moon for him. Like he's good. But they built their team the right way, just like we have built our team the right way, and that's on the lines. Just like you were talking about, O-line,
Hell yeah.
D-line. That's how you build a winning team, right there.
Sean Payton knows what the fuck he's doing, man. Bringing Mike McGlinchey for like $60 million plus, that's an overpay. But Sam, to fix your foundation, is there an overpay? Honestly, no. And that's why I was pounding the table for Gray Zabel. There were so many people on social media, fans, that were roasting me saying, oh, Gray Zabel is the 25th player. You can't take him. Bullshit. You got to take the right player at the right time for your team. And here's the other bigger issue I have with that, Sam, is if you actually look at player grades, the guy at number 18 and the guy at number 25 is usually a 0.2 to 0.3 difference. Pick the guy that fits your team.
Yep, definitely. And he is an athletic freak out there on the O-line, man. Like you were talking about, I could just imagine what it looks like actually seeing it live in person. Because, man, on the TV broadcast, him and like Sundell, everyone, they were just being monsters. And how about my boy Kite? I told you.
Yes, good.
Kite,
speak.
He came through, and, man, he's got the tools. He was a little raw. The Hula Bowl, he actually was showing out and was one of the better offensive linemen like in the whole Hula Bowl. And, man, I heard he's good, and he showed it. He was making some clutch blocks on that one. Was it a toss or a strong run to the left? And K9 busted it right through there, man. Yeah, like I'm not too worried. I would much rather have Cross, but I'm not scared if we don't have Cross. I think Kite can hold up.
I was shocked. And shout out to my cousin Jeffrey. On my in-law side, shout out to my cousin Jeffrey. Apparently, my aunt-in-law says my mouth is too filthy. I get excited. We all know that. But real talk, man, this Kite man at left tackle, I sent one text to you the entire time I was at that game because I was so locked in, Sam, and I was just like, where is Cross? And my heart sunk, man, because I knew Josh Jones was out. Every football fan knows you get to your fourth offensive tackle, your heart sinks. And he thoroughly impressed me. And he impressed enough that PFF, take it for what it's worth, they thought he had a really good game in the run blocking aspect. But on one of Ken Walker's touchdown, your boy Kite, he's on that combo block, leaves the double team, gets to the second level, completely walls off the linebacker. Walker's in for an easy touchdown. We got Gray Zabel. Every single game, he's 20 to 30 yards downfield on a screen. I have to check to see if it's a recent highlight or not, because that's just what this first-round pick does. And then Jalen Sundell, they run a toss sweep to the right, close to the end zone. Sundell makes it so far into the second level, I might even call it the third level, to get a key block to spring yet another touchdown run for Ken Walker. Sam, we were talking about it off mic together. I want to point this out, y'all, is that North Dakota State, the Seahawks have 2 starting offensive linemen from this FCS powerhouse. North Dakota State, Sam, I believe, has 10 championships since 2011.
Yeah, right.
And they have 5 starters.
Yeah.
North Dakota State currently has 5 starting offensive linemen in the NFL. Scouts, GMs, front offices, take notice. They know what they're doing to develop O-linemen right there. The Seahawks aren't the only team with a couple of studs from that program. I love watching them play, and you know what, Sam? In this NFL scouting world, if you can play, they're going to find you.
Yeah, no, that is true. I mean, the same school Carson Wentz came from. Yeah, they've been a powerhouse for a while, it looks like, and I'm glad we got a couple of their offensive linemen, because Sundell was on that team as well, and roommates with Gray Zabel. And so that is, I think, why they gel so well together right there.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm going to just take a quick sec because Ginger Fit Dad's been here with us for a minute now. He's been here since the start. Yeah, dude, RG's still a friend of mine, man, but people make choices in life, and, it's really hard to get your education, got to pay them bills. So I wish my dude the best, man. He's giving his money to the New Mexico Lobos, trying to get back some of his. So congratulations to my friend, man. I was totally supportive, but you got to make choices in your life, man. And there's only 24 hours in the day. Sam, 24 hours in the day. These coaches work the most ridiculous hours I can think of, and they do it all to prepare for their opponent. What are some key matchups that you would look for in the Seahawks Rams game coming up?
Oh, I already stated it. It's going to be Reek on Puka, because we
Yep.
need that
Okay.
guy to shut down their number one wide receiver. Because, I mean, Witherspoon, he's just not, I don't have as much faith with him matching up against Puka, because he's kind of the Swiss Army knife. You can have him do everything, but pure coverage wise, he's not on the same level as Puka. And so we need Reek on his best game. And yeah, I think it's going to be the cornerbacks. It's going to be the biggest, the cornerbacks is going to be the biggest thing to help us win this game. And offensive lineman, that left tackle spot, we got to just make sure we're not allowing pressure, because the Rams are a good team at bringing pressure with their defensive line. And so that's the biggest matchups that I can see so far. And I think we can just take advantage on the run game, because their defense has been not looking great as of late. And overall, like the run defense, pass defense, I think we can gash them on offense, and we just need to make sure we shut their offense down. I mean, Stafford's going to do Stafford type things. We got to limit those and limit the big play, keep everything in front of us, and I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. One thing that has been the difference maker for the Rams in that epic Thursday night wild overtime thriller, Sam, was they ran the ball successfully. And teams just don't run the ball on the Seahawks. And when they ran the ball successfully early, it opened up a box that no other team has reached and we haven't seen. And that was the box of Puka Nacua on play action routes, dominating for 11 or 12 catches. So I think it also starts at the run game. You mentioned Tariq Woolen a couple of times. If I see Josh Jobe matched up on Puka, I'm going to throw up, Sam, because we saw that happen the last game. I have zero problems with Josh Jobe. I'm a big fan, but you draft a Tariq Woolen for these exact freaking matchups, man, because Puka's good. We need a guy that can go down in the low block and get the rebound, man. Josh Jobe's a hell of a player. He's feisty as hell, but we can't sit a point guard down there with the big dogs trying to get that rebound.
Yeah, and I wanted to also make the point about when you talk about the running game. They had a good game running the ball the first half.
Yes.
And then we made adjustments, and they didn't run for shit the rest of the game. And very so I think we stick to those adjustments, because Coach Mack saw what they were doing and made the adjustment that was needed. And so I'm not too worried about their run game. Puka, like what they can do with Puka in the run game gives me some trepidation. But I think overall we'll be able to stop the run game. It's the pass game, in my opinion, that we need to worry about. Because Puka is just so freaking physical. Like, he can really just gut it out for that first down, sell out.
Yep.
He's big, 6'2", something like that. Man, yeah, he is the guy to worry about. He didn't have a great game last week, which makes me worry, because he doesn't usually have two bad games in a row. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, hits on deck, man. Hits on deck. Great question. Who is RB2? It's going to be Velus Jones, and I'm sure Cam Akers going to get elevated. I imagine that Myles Gaskin will get signed to the practice squad for the 32nd time this year. But
George Halani back. I think he's good to come back from IR. And we've just been holding off on him because we haven't needed him. Didn't want to waste the IR spot.
Interesting.
I think if Halani's good, bring Halani back.
Even coming back from injury, I mean,
yeah, man.
Cam Akers has touched the ball twice on kickoffs. He's touched the ball twice this year. I think Cam Akers still's got a little bit of juice in those legs. It's not over yet for this guy. He's got like 20 important carries left in his NFL life. Maybe it could be this year.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I just am worried about pass protection. Because K9, he's adequate. He's not the best. I like Halani as an all-around back. And Jones, as he was a receiver in college, I don't think he's had many reps, I'll say, at pass protection. So that worries me a little bit. And so Akers, if Halani's not good, Akers might be the best option there. But, man, Halani was looking solid for the last two preseasons. And in the season, he was looking good this year. So
he had some successful runs. Yeah, I agree. You made the best point I could have ever imagined there, Sam, and that's the pass pro. Zach Charbonnet's not good in pass pro. He's freaking elite. He
Yes.
is elite. And a lot of fans we've struggled with the last couple years, Sam. Why is Ken Walker starting? Why is he on so much first and second down? Traditionally, your big back's that guy, and Ken Walker's your change of pace. But it's exactly what you said. Charbonnet's an elite pass protecting running back. That's why he plays so much third down. That's going to be a significant loss. They're going to have to game plan around him not being there because K9's just not the same player in that regard, man. I want to go on something really quick. Ginger Fitz saying Sean Payton go if he wins the Super Bowl this year. No, I cannot go there. But there's a huge but I'll give him. No coach has ever won a Super Bowl with two different teams. Mike Holmgren, Bill Parcells, and Andy Reid are the only coaches I know of. Don Shula, I guess, too. So there's probably between 4 and 5 coaches that have ever even been to the Super Bowl with two different teams. No coach has ever won it with two separate teams.
I think Ginger Fitz's big point here is he'll have done it with a backup quarterback. So
okay.
If that happens, man, I mean, it puts him up there. It puts him up there. I won't deny that. I don't see it happening, but if that happens, he's in the conversation, I would say.
I want this on the record, too. I think Jarrett Stidham's going to play better than a lot of people think.
Yeah, he might. I mean, the Pats
I think so.
Great on defense. I just don't think you're going to win the conference championship game with a backup quarterback. But Peyton's done it before, not the conference championship game.
Sean Payton won 9 games with Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill as his QB combo.
Yep.
This guy knows how to fucking win.
Yeah.
Sorry, Aunt Kate. I'm sorry, Aunt Kate.
No, he's no joke as a coach, and he can play his game plan, and he can get the most out of his players. So we'll see what happens. If he does, yeah, man, I would have to say he's in the conversation for sure.
No doubt. And honestly, as a Seahawks fan, if we happen to go to the Super Bowl, I'd rather play Denver right now. Even though I think Denver has the coaching advantage, of course, you just want to play the backup quarterback as confident as the backup I'm in. You know, it's just that simple.
The backup quarterback against our defense, shit.
Oh, and
Good
give
luck.
Mike two
Good
weeks
luck.
to prepare. 2 weeks to prepare for Coach Mack. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Not going to be
Getting ahead of ourselves. Ourselves, man. The Rams are a formidable team, and this is really how it should be, though, man. To me, for the last 10 weeks at least, these have been the two clear-cut best teams in the National Football Conference.
Yeah, well, NFC West world right now, everyone else is just living in it because we got 49ers, Rams, us, top 3 teams, in my opinion, for talent for most of the year. I mean, the 49ers, all their injuries, I mean, yeah, it sucks. That's kind of just a feature for their team, like I've been saying. Like, they got to figure something out because their guys are always hurt. But they have the best 3 coaches in the league, like we were talking about. Man, yeah, it's a great division. It's going to be great playoffs. We'll see what happens. But the Rams Seahawks seemed like destiny from the middle of the year on. And like I said, it's how we become epic, is we go through the 49ers, go through the Rams, and then exercise the demons against the Patriots or the Broncos.
And how epic would it be if Sam Darnold ended up being the first quarterback from that class to win a Super Bowl?
That would be awesome. That would be wild.
We're talking Baker. We're talking everyone's favorite, Josh Rosen. No,
yeah.
Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. You know.
Yeah, no, that would be pretty crazy, actually. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Make your picks wisely. This is why we love having the Arizona Cardinals in their division. They go for Josh Rosen in that class. Thank you. We need one shitty
baseball team.
This division's too good, man. We need one shitty franchise in here. Come on now.
Yeah. I mean, talk about easy road. See, the one thing that actually gives me, speaking about bad divisions and everything, gives me pause about the Patriots is their road to where they've been. I mean, they have not played very many good teams. If anyone can take advantage of them, maybe Sean Payton can with a backup quarterback. But Drake May has looked good all year. It's just they've had such an easy road. If we see them in the Super Bowl, if we make it, they make it. I'm not worried about them at all because they have not been tested, in my opinion.
Good shit, Sam. Good shit. And honestly, Sam, when I look at it, I think roster to roster, I like Denver's roster more than New England's.
Yeah, well, definitely.
I really do. You know,
if they had their
New England.
quarterback, I'd be saying I think Denver has the advantage. If they had their quarterback.
Yeah, and they're at home. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, as much as you might not like Bo Nix, I mean, my man's not an idiot. Everyone knows what it means when your starting quarterback goes down.
Yeah.
And this is to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, that sucks. That really freaking like.
And to hear about it like 10 minutes after in the press conference, it's like, oh, the ups and downs for the Broncos fans, that must have been hard to deal with.
And then for me being at the game, Sam, I heard about the Bo Nix injury way after it happened. Like, I just looked at my phone one time to see who won the game, and Denver had won the game. That's all I looked at. So I was in utter shock hours and hours later to find out that he broke his ankle like that. Best of luck to the young man. He's had a kind of crazy journey. He's had a crazy journey. Good for him.
I'm curious how the Broncos fans feel about Peyton after putting him out for that run play when they're already in field goal range. And they got -4 yards on that, I think it was. I don't know. Something. They didn't get any yards, but if they would have just kicked the field goal. Give it to Harvey. Anything other than
negligent play calling.
in harm's way. Yeah.
You're calling negligent play calling.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, why run your quarterback there?
We know Coach Mike Holmgren would not run a QB sneak.
No, never.
Coach Holmgren would beat us both into oblivion if we tried a quarterback sneak, man. That shit is not happening on certain coaches' watches. Andy Reid deviated from Holmgren's philosophy. Mahomes got hurt on that quarterback sneak where he got his knee twisted up several years ago. Andy Reid now refuses to do a QB sneak. I know it's part of the Eagles game. It's part of the Eagles game, but that's part of Jalen Hurts' game, man. Like, I hear you. Bo Nix has got to run, though, because his wheels are a huge part of his game. He's tied with Josh Allen for scramble yards. Yeah, okay. But that's the coach putting him in harm's way then.
Yeah, there's a difference, I think, because, man, I think it was negligent. I don't think it was a great call in the position they were in. If they're just trying to set up the field goal to be on a certain side, I'm not sure the thinking on it, but
I mean, it is football though. To me, you can get hurt on any given play, but shit. I gotta take the L on this one, man. My man CJ Stroud was awful. Yeah. I mean, he was shockingly awful, and I love me some CJ Stroud. DeMeco Ryans is an absolutely fantastic head coach. That defense is ferocious, but their offense is going backwards. And part of it is I don't think that they have very good coaching, Sam. But what do I always talk about? You got to hit on your high round picks. The Houston Texans spent, I believe, the 14th pick on guard Kenyon Green from Texas A&M. Complete bust. They traded him to the Eagles this offseason. Even the Eagles couldn't revive that dude's career. The Seahawks spend that mid-first round pick and get Gray Zabel, and look what happens to the offense. It is so critical that you get your high picks right.
Oh, yeah, you got to. High, and if you start hitting on the mid-rounds, I mean, then you're just...
Yeah, I mean, you need to, but my expectations are so much less for the mid to lates than what I expect out of the top three.
Yeah, you got to hit on your high picks, definitely. But to fill out the whole roster, I mean, you got to hit on at least the first few rounds.
Shit.
Sprinkle in some late rounds, and then you're in the LOB gears, you know what I mean? Just killing it all over the place, but... And that's the thing. I like that John has got back to his bag in the draft room, drafting the best players rather than the perceived need that we had. So we're not ending up with some guys that should have been mid-second rounders in the late first rounder because, yeah, there just got to be some awful picks after we've had some of those great years. And we've got back to picking up playmakers. We're like they're needed, but the best players available.
Fair enough. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. We are on the doorstep of the Super Bowl. We have a hated divisional rival, a fantastic coach, I mean, these two teams, they really should be here. I look at everything that they got to bring to the table in terms of a pro football organization, and they got it, man.
Yeah, they do. I think this is going to be the rivalry that's going to be going for years now. It was the 49ers back in the 2013-14 years. I think the players on our team hate the Rams more than they do the 49ers right now. It's a little more of a bitter rivalry than the 49ers are.
Mm. And just in my humble opinion, I think the Rams' future is more optimistic than the 49ers.
Yes.
Even with the quarterback situation,
future looks bleak in my opinion right now.
Well, the one major is the 49ers have a quarterback in their quote prime years, and the Rams have an old ass one. I still like the Rams' future more though right now.
Yeah, whatever the Rams touch seems to turn to gold, which is pretty fucking annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, and they have 2 first-round picks coming up here in April, so that sure helps.
Thank God
Fuck
the Ravens,
you, Falcons.
The Falcons were on a good winning streak at the end, so they didn't have a top 10. But the Rams can seem to do no wrong, and they're getting guys like Puka Nacua in fucking 5th, 6th round, whatever it is, and so yeah, man, like the Rams, Seahawks are going to be up top this division for a while, I think.
For sure. One thing we got to say, though, NFL changes so goddamn fast, man. I mean, I was telling you earlier, the Seahawks have one of the best elite running back duos in all of football in this coming off season. It might be the number 1 team need. It changes so fast in this darn league.
Yes. And, we got to revisit, because we said this a couple weeks ago. I was like, no, we can let K9 go. I don't know, man. If he's playing like he's playing now, and with Charbonnet with an ACL, fuck man, it's late in the season. This is going to be, when's he going to be back? He might miss most of next season, if not all of it. Like
you need to plan on it. You have to plan like that.
Yeah, so K9 I think is a must sign now, almost a must sign. If not, he's up there.
Yeah,
he's making his bag right now too in the playoffs. These 3 touchdown performances and.
I think there's organizations that are going to think that the Seahawks have not gotten the best out of K9 either. I guarantee there's organizations that think that K9 has Devon A-Chain production inside of him if he was in the right scenario. So that will make his price go even higher than his incredible production so far. And if I was saying that right away, man, Ken Walker's making money tonight, dog, because you perform in these big stages. I would surely consider it, dude.
Because the running back, cap isn't.
It makes the most sense.
Yeah.
No, and it makes the most sense at that position, dude.
Yeah, I would say maybe franchise tag his ass and see what happens. If you can keep it up for another year, pay the guy, but or not. I don't know. Like we'll draft someone and develop him, and we'll see how it is with Charbonnet. But I'm not planning on having Charbonnet back next year, at least not for most of it.
Well, if the O-line's improving, then Ken Walker's improving too. We see that right now. If you give this guy a crease, if you give this guy an angle, he can rip one off so quickly. I freaking love it. I mean, I would love to improve the O-line too. Well, we'll really have to see. I hate to get too much into team needs before we see how free agency settles and how all that turns out, man. But
our O-line's looking pretty good to me right now. I haven't seen nearly as many people calling for heads like they were at right guard, because I like how we have more of the athletic freaks on the left there, and then we have more of the maulers on the right. I'm kind of a fan of that, to be quite honest. And then Sundell, he is, I mean, he, I guess, could be an upgrade spot at center, but he's doing great. So I might just run it back with our offensive lineman. I'm pretty comfortable with him.
Fair enough. I mean, Sundell brings some special traits to the table. Clearly, you wish he was bigger, but dude, that quickness, man, that quickness to get to the second level, like I was describing that toss sweep for a K9 touchdown. I mean, he was a good 8 yards downfield when he made his block. And so if we can pair a couple of bodyguards with our center, we might be able to really do some work. And Lord knows Anthony Bradford's a bodyguard.
Yes. No,
he might not touch you.
He is a people mover. Like,
That guy, he's so funny too, because I mean, don't get me wrong, there's been times in his career where he's been god awful. I think the thing is with him, as we noticed, Sam, his lowlights are just so low. They're like comically bad. Like,
obvious.
He's on Shaqtin' a Fool
in your face.
He's like that dude that's always on Shaqtin' a Fool. But if you watched every play, you'd be like, oh, he's actually pretty good now.
I mean, but his highlights don't get nearly as much press as his lowlights do, because his lowlights are just so fun to freaking meme, it seems, and people just really enjoy putting him out there because they are ugly, ugly ass reps. When he looks bad, he looks real freaking bad, real bad. Like on his ass, just big whiffs, man. But when he's on his game, he's moving people and he's not getting pushed back most of the time. So
yeah, no doubt.
It is what it is, man. I think we have given up on some interior offensive linemen too early in the recent past, and I think we need to wait it out a little bit more with him, see how it goes, because he's been looking good.
I mean, there's literally no point in getting rid of him. Bradford will be on an expiring contract when the 2026 season starts. Like, you absolutely ride with him.
Yeah,
he goes nowhere. If anything, you bring in some competition. It'll be easy to see. Sam said Ginger Fit pointing out here, Dolphins hired Jeff Hafley, former Packers DC, as their head coach.
Is that who it is? I didn't even know who it was. I was like,
yeah, Jeff Hafley, Packers DC. Ginger Fit, that makes you happy that you have Sean Payton. That makes me happy that we have Coach Macdonald. It is a privilege to cheer for an organization that cares so deeply, and it's really easy to realize that when you've been a lifelong Mariners fan.
Yeah, to say the least. Yeah, NFL coaching matters more than any other sport, but organizations having good ownership matters in almost any sport, I think, because thank God that we have the Allens running our football
everything.
team. Yeah, it is. It is.
The New York Yankees still spend a shitload of money, Sam, but they have not won a championship since George Steinbrenner's sons took over the team, and we could think of countless other organizations that have had that same plight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. And with the way that the Dodgers are going about their business right now, man, goddamn, $2.1 billion of active salary next year is wild. And I think they're double the next closest team. It's crazy. Who knows if there's going to be a strike coming up, because this salary cap thing is going to start coming to a head, I think.
Well, Sam, let's just get into it for a minute here, because I don't want to get too negative when it's so much fun to talk about championship football. But Major League Baseball is in a ton of trouble here coming up for this next collective bargaining agreement. I'm almost positive there will be a work stoppage in 2027. And what makes it so much more difficult, Sam, is there's going to be owners versus owners in this one, where in most negotiations with the leagues and the players, the owners are together and the players are together. Sam, there's probably about 60 to 70% of the owners that are going to be hardcore for the salary cap. The small few that don't want it, it's going to get really ugly and really complicated, because for the first time I've seen in a while, the owners are going to be against each other.
Yeah, man. I mean, and you know that the players are going to want a real high floor when it comes to their contracts too, because
and there should be.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of bullshit on the bottom of baseball, man. I got to get this off my chest now, dude, because it pisses me off. Pittsburgh Pirates, Oakland A's. There is countless of these bottom dwellers that take the revenue sharing and pocket it and not reinvest it into the team. That's some bullshit I need to see stop.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I hope there's not a work stoppage, but it's looking increasingly likely that there's going to be one, because it's not going to be a clean negotiation, I'll say. It's going to be ugly. Because why the hell are the Dodgers going to want anything to change?
No!
They're living their best life right now.
Do you think Steve Cohen's going to bow down for the Mets? They literally made a hit show about how he doesn't bow down to anybody.
Yeah. Yep. So, I mean, it'll be nice. I agree with Ginger Fit Dad saying there needs to be the cap, but also the floor, because you got to have the teams, kind of spinning
it's
about
bullshit.
equal here. Yeah, it is.
You got Steve Fisher pocketing all the revenue sharing, man. The Yankees and the Dodgers don't give your poor ass that money so you can just put it in your pocket. It's supposed to be about competitive balance, and all these bottom dwellers cry poor, which I get, but you are the bastards that are taking the money that's supposed to be about competitive balance and putting it in your pocket, so screw you too. I am all about the floor.
Yeah, no, I'm tired of having owners have the mindset of having a team good enough to kind of contend, don't even have to make the playoffs, but be in the conversation late just to sell tickets, and they don't care about winning. It's a bunch of bullshit. If you're not worried about winning in professional sports, you shouldn't be an owner. It's not just about the bottom line. It's about the city. It's about the sport. It's about all of that, man. You can't be just doing all that kind of shit in professional sports, in my opinion.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
You got to be trying to win at all times.
We should be able to relegate some of these punk asses, man.
Yeah, that would change shit real quick. I'll say that. It was like it is in soccer in Europe. Yeah, relegation.
Oh, shit, bro.
That'd be wild.
That really would, man. The owners would never go for that.
No.
Dude, it's been a great episode, man. Is there anything else you want to touch on, man? My voice is really starting to run on empty here because I'm so darn pumped, man. Our Seahawks are hosting the NFC Championship, man. We have the last two opponents we have played in the Super Bowl will be in this next Super Bowl. If the Seahawks make it, it'll be a rematch of a previous matchup, one way or the other. How fun is that? Ginger Fit, just because you're here and I want to see a backup quarterback, bring your Denver Broncos out to leave.
Yes, sir. Yeah, go Broncos this week. I'm pulling for the Broncos. I'm not going to lie. Pulling for the Broncos.
Until Benito breaks their quarterback's arm. No.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man, it's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be a great week of build-up. I'm super pumped. I can't wait for all the trash talk going back and forth between Rams fans and us. And, yeah, I'm going to be a nervous wreck, but it's going to be fucking awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, I mean, I miss my dog RG, but it couldn't be better like this, man. You got two lifelong friends, two lifelong Seattle sports fans, man. Shout out to super producer Indy. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. See.
Hawks!
See.
Hawks!
See.
Hawks! Let's go!